Is it on Facebook too?
Yep. Alright, you're live.
Alright. Good. Alright, what's going on, guys? Let's get ready to trick. Before we do anything, we gotta warm up. Today we're gonna be doing butterfly and B-twist. And messing around and stuff like that. So let's get our calves and ankles warmed up first. Side straddles, 20 of these things. Let's do it. Alright, we're gonna do a swinging knee hop. We're gonna hit 10 of these on each leg. We'll swing my knee up and hop. You just go back 10 times each leg. Every time you push, try to straighten your ankle out. You almost want to point your toes. Right? Push hard with your calves. 10 times each leg. Do it. Switch! Alright, now, stretching out the hips. Let's go wide. Drop down. Slightly go side to side. Push your knees out with your arms. Okay, hands down, straighten the legs out. Hamstring stretching. Crawl over to one side. To the other side. And curl back to the middle. Alright, and relax. Alright, we'll take the music down just a smidge. We'll get into butterfly. Alright, so the block here is in case you have a chair or a countertop, something you can hold on to. You're gonna practice flutter kicks. So we're gonna do all the steps that I do for butterfly. We're gonna do all the steps I do for B-twist. But your job is, if you practice it and staying along at home, is to make sure that you take each step as your challenge, and you don't move on to the next step until you accomplish the first challenge, right? So if you're having trouble with like step 1, don't do step 2 when I move on. I'm gonna move on because I can. But if you can't, once again, stay there. Alright, so use your pad here or your chair, put your hands on it. And I'm gonna kick my left foot first because most of us rotate to our left side. It's especially better if you cartwheel to your left side. You can learn butterfly going this way. So I'm gonna kick my left leg up behind me and then my right leg behind me. Don't bend your knees when you pull your leg up. So don't go here where you're kicking like a chamber, you're more swinging. And I want to feel both legs stretch. So while my hands are on this, I'm going to try to keep my chest up as high as I can and look forward, not look down. You're looking down, it's not terrible, but it's a lot easier to feel what butterfly feels like if I'm arching my back. I might not look arched to you because I'm not flexible, but I'm arching. All right, so we're going to hit 10 of these where I kick one leg, then the other leg, with this timing, 1, 2, that fast, Try to keep your legs straight. 1, 2. Just like that. Same leg kicking up every time. Left, right. Both legs straight. Both legs about belt level, maybe a little bit higher. All right, let's hit 10 of these. Both legs straight. Both legs straight. Don't bend your right knee. Chest out. Look at Miss Smith. Stare at each other. Eye contact the whole time. I like the faces we made. Alright. So if you got that, we'll practice rotation next. You can do this without equipment, by the way. It's not going to go as high, but you can stand still and just kick back this way to get your timing. But you still have to make sure your legs are straight, that you're not going like running in place, like butt kickers, right? So the only thing I'm going to do different now is I'm going to start sideways to the chair, whatever you're using. Remember, I have a chair. Let me just use the chair. Y'all can keep using the bag, but I'm finna about to use this chair I heard. Alright, so feel me. This is what I'm finna do. Alright, so I'm gonna start sideways to the chair. I'm gonna put both of my hands on the chair and turn towards the chair, and then kick both legs straight back. This is important that you don't do anything different in this exercise to the next one. My legs still go backward. If you try to kick your legs sideways, you're already messing up, right? You have to make sure both feet, you're thinking about kicking that way, okay? My feet are gonna go to the other side of me, but my legs are not going forward or sideways. They are backward. So this is what it should look like. Hands down, back, back. One more time. Hands down, back, back. Hiya. All right, let's hit 5 of this. Pick your side. By the way, this is not my good side. This is the side I teach on. This is not my good side. I actually do the same side that Smith is doing. But I teach everybody to do the side that Ms. Riley, to most of y'all, is doing. But once you get 5, if you can do that easily, then you move on. If you can't do that, if it's confusing or you're struggling, you just keep doing that. So for me, I'm kicking my right leg up when I do this one. But as I said, my good side is actually to kick my left leg first. When I tell you to do the first exercise, the majority of you guys will actually kick your right leg first if you're going to your left. I go to my right. Well, I can do it both ways, but as you'll see in a minute, it's significantly better on one side than it is when I kick my right leg first. All right, so the only thing I'm going to do now, actually I don't need a chair for this, is I'm going to work on my dip and timing with this takeoff. So you need to dip with your shoulders and dip with your hips. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to dip with our hips, and we're going to start dancing just a little bit. You're going to go here. All right, so anyway, that's not a joke either, though, even though it looks like it is. It's actually what my legs do. And all I'm doing is I'm bending my right knee, and then bending my left knee. So right knee, left knee, and then standing up. 1, 2, bye. But I want my hips to follow that. So I'm going to push my hip out to my right side as I bend so that I can throw my hip. And this gives me a little bit of momentum with my legs. So from right to left, down, across, and up. I also want you to add your shoulders to it because it goes with it. But most of the mistakes with the shoulders is people not making a big enough motion. When you get a little bit more comfortable with this move, you can make smaller motions. But at the very beginning, you want all of this motion into it. You don't want just the left side. I want to start on my right, means turn that way, all of that. Then when I bend my knee, my head goes in the same direction I'm bending. So this is my wind-up, like chambering, like reach one way. Now I'm going to throw the other way. My hips are going to go down, and my head's going to go down, and then back up. So I'm making a loop. So if you don't make this loop, this down and up motion, you're going to have a hard time of getting your butterfly to spin in this direction because my head's actually kind of going around. All right, so you're going to hit this 5 times. Start from here and down and up. Try to get good at that motion where your shoulders and hips are going. Use a camera, use a mirror, whatever you have to see that you're actually dipping and that you're not just like bending straight down and coming straight back up, or that you're bending at all. Now, continuing with that drill, you just practice the timing of your takeoff. So I'm going to kick my right leg up over the back. And this is going to mimic what's called a cart kick, which is just me picking this leg up behind me, my right leg, as high as I can, turning around, and setting it down. So this is exactly what my leg's going to do. If my body doesn't move, it's going to go up and right back down. Not sideways, not forward. Can't stress that enough. If you want your butterfly right, this foot has to go backward. So that's key. Alright, now all I'm going to do is I'm going to change where my body goes. But my right leg is going to do the exact same thing. Straight back, straight down. Alright, and now it gives me the illusion that I moved my leg over, but I didn't. My leg went straight back, straight down. So that's what your leg does. Now I'm going to add my dip to the beginning and practice swinging that leg up. Make sure when you dip, it's head down and up, not just head down. If I just do head down, you're going to do a cart kick basically. So to make sure it's the butterfly takeoff, my head has to come back up. So you're going to practice this. Turn, down and up, and turn. Leg goes behind you. Hit 5 of those. Can you do butterflies already? Do you do it on that side?
Yeah. This is the first side. I cartwheel on the side of the bottom.
I cartwheel lefty, but a butterfly right. The only excuse I can think of is that's the side I learned it on. You know, when nobody really taught me. I just figured it out. Mr. Barry's side little Master Barry, Mr. Barry at the time, his little side thing that he had for Tiny Tigers. I was just playing. I was like, I saw somebody do it. I want to try this. And that's the side I did it on. So that's the side I always did it on. All right, now I'm back to the chair. We're gonna put step 2, the dip, with step 1, which is the actual move itself, the flutter kick. I'm gonna start from the side on my chair again, still kicking that way. I'm gonna do my dip first, dip with the hips, dip with the shoulders. When I come to here, hands are on the chair, and I'm trying to get my chest up, both legs back, pop, pop. All right, so you're gonna put both together, going down, up, and trying to get it to go somewhat in a smooth motion. We're gonna do 5 of them. Y'all do as many as you can. Go. Alright, so that is your butterfly kind of spotting yourself. That's what a butterfly looks like. So you can do that as many times as you need to feel comfortable. When you actually go to do it, if you want to try it slow, you're going to do it, I'll do them one this way, one this way. You're going to do it more or less like this, where I'm going to go dip and stop. Whip, and back, back. Alright, and you practice that motion. If I did it this way, it would look like this. I come all the way up after I dip, by the way. So from here, dip and stop. I'm looking over here, back, back. All right, and that's what it looks like if you stop it. Now I'm gonna attempt to do my bad side first, so you guys can see what it looks like. But roughly, the faster I rotate my upper body, the faster the whole move goes. So I focus quite a bit on the takeoff, and everything else kind of builds off of that. So if I whip my head pretty hard, I'm going to spin fairly quickly. If my head goes slow or stops, like I did in practice, it's going to be hard for the entire motion to feel comfortable. So I need all of those pieces to go fluidly. If there's a pause, a hesitation between pieces, it's going to come out a little clunky. All right, so let's try the bad leg first. It looks something like this. All right, and then like that normally do. All right, now if you get that part good, we'll do one more step just for fun, but then we're going to move on to P-twist after this. Alright, this is the butterfly. Yes, full butterfly. Same guys. Oh, look at that double team status. And I come to the middle like, oh! Oh, gangster, they ain't even practicing that.
Like, yes, you can start.
If you try to learn butterfly, if you're on that step, keep doing that. If you already have butterfly though, you're gonna try to challenge that I'm gonna give them. I have to do this on my right leg, which is where you do as many as you can in a row. Now, this has a two-part, well, technically three-part to it. The obvious part is just trying to get control. But when I was trying to learn how to do windmills, which is a breakdancing move, which I still can't do, by the way. One of the tips that my friends gave me is that just keep going. No matter how bad it is or whether you're off balance, force yourself to keep going, and you'll kind of get the rhythm, because a lot of that is similar to this. Windmill and butterfly feel very similar, head and feet going opposite directions. And so if you just force yourself to keep going, you'll end up getting a rhythm to where it starts to feel more natural. This is assuming that you're kicking your leg behind you and everything like that, that you're not doing this. But with butterfly, it's kind of the same thing. If you make yourself do 2, 3, 4 in a row and you just try to keep going, you're going to get a lot better at feeling whip your head and throw your legs. Right? But the other thing that goes with it is that one of the common mistakes is actually going to lead to doing something cooler, which is an aerial. When you do multiple butterflies in a row, a lot of times you stop lifting your head up and you just start going head leg, and you end up doing aerials after you do 2 or 3. So this is also how I teach people to do aerials, is by just making them do a bunch of butterflies and do aerials on accident. So I'm going to do, let's say I'll do 3. If you do this correct, your normal butterfly should actually rotate just a little bit further than where you started. So my next butterfly, if I'm throwing my head behind me first and then kicking, will go a different direction. And then my next butterfly will go a different direction. So if you do a bunch of them, you should really feel like you're just going in a circle. Right? But I'm looking behind me and then jumping. Gonna be here. So see how many you can get done? You guys can see if you can do it without falling over. Try it.
Find out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey! You get really busy doing this stuff. Were you doing that second time or did you?
I just like parallel right there.
Alright, see how many you get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-ish.
And now we have to sit up.
Yeah, looks like you. Yeah, I'm drunk, kids. Both of you guys, move the head sooner so that you get the rhythm of your footwork, like drop step. If you know how to drop step makes it easier. So if I drop step into mine, it'll be like step, step, and as soon as his foot lands. So the faster that step goes, the more speed I will have. So I can do the hopping drop step, which would be like hop, go. Or if I'm doing it like a combo, it's 1, 2, go. There's no actual hop. So when I'm doing those in a row, it's more like the second one where I go step, step, go. So the thing that will make yours, both of you guys do the same thing easier, is instead of going with that little pause there, get your foot to the ground like a normal speed. I need to go quicker, but I want to make my head go quicker. And so you're going to go 1, 2, head. And that'll make it'll feel like your second and third butterfly actually get faster. Just try 3. See, as soon as your feet hit, you throw your head. You don't make the feet work. Then step head. That's the motion you want to try to get. That's the right idea. Let's see. Whip. Yeah. That's the right idea. That's the right idea. So I'm gonna combo these. If I'm gonna combo this move, it's gonna be in that speed, especially if I'm going like butterfly into V twist. That's the timing I'm gonna get. All right, now if you don't have butterfly, keep working it. Don't worry about what we're about to do. But if you're butterfly expert, you want to go to V twist, let's work it. First thing I gotta do is I gotta get my spin. And these are all drills that I practice myself, by the way. So even though it is a beginner spin, I practice this for just about every twist I do. I'm gonna do a mini 360. It's where I jump about an inch off the ground, and the only thing I'm trying to do is get my head around, look at what I'm focusing on, look at my target before I land. So we're gonna hit like 3 of these, but y'all can do as many as you want. When I look here, I get my shoulders as far as I can, and I'm gonna snap my head hard. And the only thing I'm trying to do is look at one thing. I don't wanna look at everything. I wanna see only this wall here. Alright, so we're gonna do 3. Try 3. There's a speed man. So the main thing that you do with that is you get that head snap, which is important for all spins. Spotting your target, important for control. Anytime I'm having trouble with controlling my trick, most of the time it's because I don't see where I am. I can feel where I am, so I might still land the trick, but it's not controlled because my head didn't get around fast enough, or my target was not where I thought it was, whatever it was. So now we're gonna add our dip motion into a 360. It's gonna technically be a 540, but I don't want you to think a 540 because you'll end up trying to do too much. I want you to think 360. So I'm gonna do it facing this way first, and I'm gonna do it sideways so you guys can see what I'm doing down the line. But I'm gonna do my dip and twist, and then I'm just gonna 360 from where I finished. So I'm gonna do my dip with my hips only at the moment. Hips only, and twist. When I get to here and I'm looking backward, I'm gonna do a 360 based on where I'm looking right now. The 360 backward. Yeah. So one more time, you're gonna go dip with the hips. Actually, I'll do it facing this way. Dip with the hips. Once all my weight's over here, I'm turning, and now I'm gonna 360 to the side. Because I've got my legs like this, it might make you lean a little bit, which is okay. We're actually going to do that on purpose here in a minute, but I don't want you to try to flat. We're not B-twisting yet. We're just getting rotation, spinning. All right, try a couple of these. Don't step, right? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you guys can come to a complete stop. You guys can come to a complete stop. I'll just talk to you. Not talking to y'all no more. Yeah, you jumping just a little bit too early for the drill. You're jumping more like for the actual V-twist. It's gonna make it hard. So for this one, you actually turn and then we'll speed at the same time. So try to do this. Try to do start here and then do it from 360. You want both. Essentially, we're going to do the opposite of the 540, which is the next drill. Yeah, there you go. Alright, so this drill that I'm going to give you has 2 parts. It's the same. The first one is the same as 540 drill, number 1. The second one is the opposite of 540 drill, number 2. Because that's all a V-twist is, technique-wise. You're jumping over your leg, but instead of jumping over my leg in front of me, like a 540, jumping over my leg behind me. So that's what makes a difference. So we're going to start. Which is that one. I'm pulling my left knee up and landing on it. Alright, the main thing I want to do is I want to get my knee up as high as I can, but I want to get it back down before this leg does. So if I don't get this one down, then I'm just not going to pick it up as high. Go here. To make sure I'm landing on the left leg. Alright. Yeah, you're going to land right. Do it 3 times. Unfortunately, I can't B-twist in both directions. I B-twist to my right. I butterfly to my right. B-twist to my left. I cartwheel, aerial, everything else to my left, but I butterfly to my right. But I also learned B-twist to my right before. I had to relearn it to get it on my left. I would highly suggest, by the way, learning how to do butterfly twist or any of these tricks on your dominant side. And when I say dominant side, that includes cartwheel and aerial. I've had a couple people, Angelique Tanaquin, if by any chance you're watching. She actually did her cartwheels when she first started working with me on her right side, and then she had to relearn everything on her left. So if you've ever seen her do aerials, she can do it on both sides because she had to go back and relearn everything on her left. But what it does is it makes it so the side you twist to, basically whatever side I want to tornado kick, that way that I spin is what I'm going to call my dominant side. So if I kick with my right leg for my tornado, it means I spin to my left. That also means if I want to combo this, I have to be able to do that to my left. So it is much easier to learn like butterfly and cartwheel going to your left than it is to try to learn a full to your right. Like if you're left, if you spin dominant that side. So if I'm going in the direction that I naturally spin, some of these easier moves, I can take the time to relearn them and get good at them on my bad side, which is what I did, so that I can do things like, you know, cork and gainers and stuff on my good side, and it will all flow. All right, so now we're gonna take this up one little notch. So instead of hopping in place, you take your left leg and move it across, and I'm gonna hop it over my right leg. This is really awkward, so don't expect this to look good. This is all for feel, right? So my right leg's gotta come up like this behind me. So just don't let it come in front because it's not gonna feel anything like it. It's gonna be like a little kick, almost like I'm trying to kick backwards from my left hip pocket. And then I'm gonna pull my knee up and over and land facing the other direction. Or further, that's fine. But you're not gonna jump very high, so just keep that in mind. You're going here, up, over. One more time. My right leg gonna come up first. And then I'm gonna hop over. So knee up and turn. So let's do 3 of those. Do it again. Feels awkward as heck. But let's idea. Yeah, think of a crescent kick. That's the easiest thing. Yeah, there you go. If you think of crescent kick, it helps. Yeah, there you go. It's not gonna feel comfortable. But this will help pretty much any left leg landing, by the way. So it's gonna help V-twist. It's gonna help backside 9, cheat 9 a little bit. This is all how I'm gonna land. So that's what you're working on. We're gonna do one more intermediate, and then we're gonna turn into a slant V-twist. So we're gonna do step 1 with step 2, which is step 2 is actually this. That's the landing. That's how I'm gonna land. I want to pick up my knee. My daughter's coming out with nunchucks. Come on, sis. Come get on camera. Here she comes. There it is. Spin your weapon, girl. Spin your weapon. Up and she got shorter. Y'all just see like a little head. It looked like a fuzzy piece of fruit. I'm gonna pick it. Oh, she moves. Stay still. Stay still. Stay still. No, I can't get the angle right. Gotta be like back here. No, actually, gotta be the opposite. You stay there, and then this way. Jammerbug, you girl. Jammer do V-twist. Woohoo! Alright. Sorry, that's not part of the lesson. A little distracted. Alright. So, we're going to do this dip. We're going to jump and spin. And we're going to pull our left knee up and over. And what that should make is almost like an outer crescent kick feeling motion. This is also the same way I teach illusion twist, which I haven't taught that for a long time. So anyway, I'm going to start with my feet. Oh, it's 1:30. God damn it. We're going to wait. Alright. Hip dip, shoulders back. And from here, should feel like a jump, spin crescent kick, and I want to land on my left. You go to your right, you want to land on your right. Just be here, hip dip. Okay, and picking my knee up is what allows me to get that foot down first. Other side, if you're going to your right side here, hip dip. Bye-bye. All right, let's try a couple. Focus on getting your shoulders that way, because both of you guys got to here, and then you kind of stop and try to move your leg. Your shoulders have to keep turning for this move. So you're gonna get all the way to here, and then pull your knee up over there. Kind of, don't step though. Too much of a dip. You do the dip with just your legs. This is just a spin. So once again, you're doing like the V-twist motion. which means when we start doing V twists, it should actually feel normal because you're doing it on normal.
Okay.
But for this, you want to just do a jump 360. So I want to go here, keep my head up. Okay. We give you guys a couple more tips for this. This is one of the well, I classify things in different categories. So I have my 3 categories: my finesse moves, my power moves, and then transitions. Now, a finesse move is anything that takes coordination to land. Most of them do not require a ton of strength. They require more speed than anything, and they require timing to be correct. And for the most part, the finesse moves are harder to learn than the power moves, such as like 540, which is what I would put in the classification of power move. Those are any move that looks like I can show power. So I can throw a really powerful 540 kick. It looks powerful. I've never really seen a V-twist and thought it looked powerful. What I've seen is it's fast, or it's controlled, or it's clean. And that's kind of what I want to go for here. So that takes coordination. And if you're anything like me, the coordination part is harder than the power. Power moves, kind of simple. You just jump high, kick hard. V-twist, my head gotta go this way, my leg gotta go this way. I need to jump at the right time. I need this leg to go into the right position, and I need to twist as fast as I can while I'm in that position. So I'm gonna try my best to make this simple for you. But that first part, where we practice this spin here, you want that to happen from the ground, right? So I went all the way to here before I snap my head, and then before I jump too. So I didn't start my jump right here. So I'm gonna do the same thing when I hit this. Let me face sideways for you. I'm gonna go all the way to right here. I haven't jumped yet, but I'm gonna snap my head as hard as I can this way. So I'm gonna go turn hot. And that means most of this has happened on the way up. So I'm not in the air and then trying to spin and then trying to pick up my knee. I want to feel like all of this happens on the way up, and then you'll feel like you have a lot of time on the way down here. But if I do it where I turn and I kind of stop, or I jump without that snap, without head snap, that's why my right leg goes down, because I didn't have that snap before I jumped. Like, once you're here, it's too late. I need that snap.
Chad Wilson.
Right off the bat.
Chad Wilson
from 15 years ago.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember Chad. Vaguely. I remember giving him a 5 on his form. His parents thought I was just trying not to show favoritism. I was like, nah. Oh, his form was a 5. A Brahmin's form 5. Chad!
He
That's
said
you.
he's glad to see you still doing your flippy stuff.
Alright, let's try a couple more twists, y'all. Twist hard at the beginning and then jump. 360. Yeah, now knee up, like crescent. You got the right idea, but you keep moving that right foot, you don't need to. You gotta let your feet twist more. Like, if you're trying to keep your legs like this, let this leg get behind you. And still with your legs crossed. Don't do it. That same thing, now you stood up for it. But when I'm practicing just the twist, this is why you don't want to dip when you're practicing this with your upper body. When I dip, my head goes one way. When I kick, my leg goes the other way. It gives me equal weight, so my feet will go like this. But if I'm doing the drill where I'm jumping off of 2 feet, if you dip your head, you'll have weight on one side, but not weight on the other side. And so your body won't move in this circle. It'll kind of just tunnel. And when you land, you'll land like this, which makes you fall over. When I need to land, actually facing backward in the direction. Because I want a 360 from where I'm looking, not from where I'm standing. Your legs are going to kind of do a 540, but my head is going to do a 360. So I'm going to go all the way to here. And I want to land facing here. So if you land facing the front with your head leaning backwards, you're going to fall over. So what we naturally do is, if I don't have that counterweight, is you throw your head the other way. You come to here, move forward. And now I can't finish that spin. So try not to move your upper body at all. Just twist and get good at spinning. Now for you guys, we're going to go ahead and add the next piece. This can be done with a chair, and this is only for understanding. And because I actually want to see if these guys can land it, I'm going to give them another drill that uses the mat. Now I understand y'all don't have mats, but I do, so I'm sorry. Alright, so I'm going. First one will be here. And I'm gonna have you guys do it this way so that you see this angle. But I'm gonna go side to side, and I'm gonna dip my shoulders now, here to here, and now I'm gonna try to hit that spin with this leg about that high off the floor. It might go a little bit higher because you're putting your hands on stuff, but that does mean I'm gonna land a little bit awkwardly. So this is why I said this is only for understanding, because when I throw the full spin out, I'm gonna land facing the opposite direction than I will doing this drill. When I do this drill, I'm gonna land facing towards you, like that. But if I do the same exact motion and I just add another 180 with my leg still over here, you'll land in that position. So you can use a chair for this. You go here, leg up, hop over. You're simply getting used to pulling this knee up and turning. All right, let's try it. Something else. Yeah, you guys are doing opposite legs. Turn before you pick your leg up. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's important to turn before you pick your leg up. You don't want to pick up your leg and then try to turn your body. Both feet are going to stay on the floor all the way until you're looking this way. Yeah, and that's going to make it feel like the leg up and the jump happen together. And that's also going to give you a little bit more momentum and speed with that jump. Alright, so once again, that's for understanding. That's not what your V-twist obviously is going to look like. But this is getting used to going to here, lifting that leg up and jumping in that position, but having my hands on something, make it so that I don't have to worry about falling. Well, hopefully, some of y'all might fall, but depending on what surface you're practicing on, it shouldn't be too bad a fall. Falling is important, by the way. You can't be afraid to fall. That's okay. If you've ever watched me train, you've seen me take some pretty hard hits. And most of the time, the hard hits are the ones that I get up from. It's the subtle ones that hurt. All right, so now these guys are going to use the bag to do this next drill. You can use a bed. I actually did this a lot on my bed at home, like back in the day.
I know you guys.
I already knew how to V-twist, but doing it on my bed, just playing, I noticed my V-twist was getting higher because having the surface kind of forced me to lift up my leg a certain height. So if I'm doing this on this surface, let me turn here. I want to get parallel to the back before I jump, and I'm going to start off by jumping on my back. So you guys are going to do, say 2, and we'll just keep going up and up. It's the same drill, just a little bit harder variations. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to turn till I'm looking along the line. Why don't you stop it? Not snooze, stop. STFU. Alright, so I get to here and I'm looking this way. And now I need my right leg to go up behind me. So because my head's going this way, it should make my right leg more or less flat with the bag. And then I'm going to hop to my back. So down, try not to use your hands, because that'll actually stop you from doing what I want you to do. This hand's going to pull through. You go down, look, up, to your back. All right, let's try it one time. Don't be scared. Here, let's go this way. So, get a little bit better angle.
I'll go this way and then. This
Yeah,
way
so
and go straight.
yeah, you're gonna go here. And then I'll
Okay.
go back. Do it slow. It's actually easier to do slow, especially for people our size, because we'll go over the bag. If I do this full speed, I'll go over the bag. She won't, because you're not quite big enough. Yeah, that's it. Alright, so I'm going to do one more piece for you. Go ahead. Turn, and I'm going to just stop after you turn. Pick up your leg, and now roll onto it. Yeah, there you go. If you think of it as a shoulder roll, it's gonna help. Alright, so now we're gonna hit the next piece, which is you changing the song. I don't know why this song is on this first. This is the unedited version of this song. I don't know how it made it into this version. Not unedited is that it says bad words, it just doesn't have all of the tracks on it. It was like the first draft. Anyway. So now the only thing I'm going to do different now is I'm going to start spinning a little bit harder. The beginning I'm going to do just as slow every time. And if you're doing this on a bed, it's a little bit better because you don't run the risk that I do of going all the way over. So you might be able to go a little bit faster, but if you're doing this move, you're not gonna go faster because you're trying to get it right rather than doing it fast. So I'm gonna go from my back to my shoulder this time. So instead of going to my back, I wanna try to hit my left shoulder. The only thing that I need to do for any of these is start to spin faster. The technique needs to stay the same. So I'm gonna go here, and look that way, leg this way, and then when I spin, I go faster, so now I'm landing on my shoulder. You're trying your best. It's really weird to do it slow like that, but you don't want to stop the way that I just did. But just so you guys can hopefully see, you want to make this first part still kind of slow, and then I want to spin as fast as I can without swinging my leg in front or doing anything weird like that. You're gonna go down, up. Alright, so you want to go somewhere around that speed, where the dip is still slow, and then I'm just trying to spin back. That'll, especially for you guys, avoid you flying over the bag. Right? Get to. Try and do a couple cylinders. Back. Get on.
So how are we supposed to do that? We're watching it on the phone.
Hey! We gotta get over the top of that. Leg up. We got a bed. I brought my bed! Alright. So if you have a bed and you're trying to learn this on your bed, go into your chest now, which means you're probably gonna eat it, probably gonna bite a bunch of pillow. Alright. Comes with the territory. But the only thing I need to do different now, if you're landing on your left shoulder, or if your right shoulder, if you're going to your right, you're this close to doing a V-twist in the air. That means you're fast enough to do it. So now I need to jump high enough. So now I'm going to more or less land on my left knee, but face down on my bed here. What I have to do that is I have to jump higher. This is timing, not a different technique. Right? So if you swing your leg in front to try to get more momentum, you're going to mess up the whole flip. It has to go backward every single time. So I'm going to go from here, and I'm going to jump as high as I can go, and then I'm going to squeeze and wait for impact. You're on a soft, squishy bed, so don't worry about it. Ours isn't as squishy, but I mean, it doesn't hurt. Going here. So, landing on my left leg, you'll also notice, well, for me, because I already know how to do this, I lay on my feet over here. If you're doing that, you're ready. If your legs are over there, you're good to go, because that means you're going to land here. What the heck is wrong? Why is everybody interrupting me? Get off the phone! All right, go. Why? She knows what I'm doing. Hold on, let me yell at her real quick. Y'all go. Never mind, she hung up. I didn't get to embarrass her. I'll put her on speakerphone in front of everybody so y'all can hear her go like, oh, is it 1 o'clock? No, she's probably out work early. She went in early. Alright, higher leg and jump hard. You didn't jump out, you're wrong. Elevate. Top that bottom leg. Alright. It's enough. It's time to take off training wheels now. Now it is really cool to have all the equipment that I have because I can safely teach you as many different techniques as I can, possibly do, the safest way possible. But at the end of the day, we're throwing tricks, which means there's a risk that comes with every trick. And I learned all of these not only without equipment, but without springs on hard floor. My first aerials and 540s were done on, basically a thin sheet of carpet over the top of concrete. which most of us remember those studios back in the day. So I have access to softer stuff and softer landings now. But at the end of the day, it's still going to be better once you understand the basics when you go after it. Because there's one thing that you can practice with every trick that the drills won't help you with, and that's a commitment. You got to put a ring on it. If you've ever heard me say that's what I'm referring to. Commit to the move. You need to marry this move. It's you in this move forever, for life. We're walking down the aisle with me and my pretty B-twist bride. Right, so I'm going to show you guys what it looks like static, but this is not actually how I want you to try it at first. This is probably one of the harder ways to do it. You want to get a drop step into your B-twist. So to generate enough momentum to do that, standing is very difficult. And you saw how awkward I landed because my left leg is not very strong. Anybody who knows my history, there's a reason why this leg is all braced up. This leg isn't. So for me to land it cleaner, I need to do other things to give me momentum. So we're going to do a drop step, and I'm not going to go this way. So to get my drop step, I'm going to start racing backward. This is the basic drop step. All right, there are, you can run into it, do running drop steps and stuff, but at least at first, just get this down. I'm going to pull the leg that I'm going to jump off of back and hop. That's all my drop step is. Same thing as a hurdle for forward tick, for like tumbling. I'll go like this, hurdle. You do it backward, hurdle backward. Right? And then as soon as this foot lands, then I'm gonna jump. So you practice your timing a couple times where you want like hop, throw. Right? But then my focus is gonna be on swinging my knee up as hard as I can. And then doing the same twist that I practiced with my head snapping, but I'm looking at the floor this time, spotting my landing. And if my left knee does all the drills that we did before, muscle memory, when I come around, my leg will be in position to land. So you're gonna take all of the stuff that you learn and add the full dip to it. All right, doesn't get much worse than that. So let's see these guys crash a couple times. B-twist, go for it. Hey, went for it. Swing harder, commit. Oh, almost on the first try. What? You landed full first. You gotta go higher, faster, is it? Faster more than higher. Oh, you jumped too early. You gotta swing the leg first. So you have something to spin around. Guys, you don't know where you are. But you pick that leg up and then you twist, and you're not twisting with that leg. Go running drop step in. Oh, no swings today. I've been trying to get those back, but that landed so wild on that. Oh, you didn't jump that time. You just spun. You gotta swing first. It's slower than it looks.
Sit down. That's all I care about right now.
It looks like I'm going fast, but it feels really slow. It feels like I gotta wait forever. Hey, that was good, except, alright, so you spun too late. She spun too late. You saw how she was this high? The spin has to go at the same time as the jump, and then how hard you whip your head will dictate where your feet land. So because her dip with her upper body was very slow-ish, or well, non-existent, but it's not as big as it should be, she didn't have the momentum to get her feet to the other side of her body. Notice that when I land, I don't land facing here, I land facing back the way I came from. And that's because of how hard I throw my head and my arms at the beginning of this. Kicking your leg up, that's going to get you flat and pretty high. But this rotation is all due to how hard and how far you throw your head when you dip. I'll try a couple more. Oh, that was it! You didn't bail.
You got Moskowitz now and Mallory, the dance teacher.
Oh, let's go! Mallory, come learn how to trick, girl. We're gonna hit dance. Bam! Go. Isaiah threw. He did. Everybody's doing like, oh, come on, Sid, get that knee in your chest. You have it. See a flip, do a flip. See 10, do 10. I guess that's the new thing. So Isaiah posted, see a flip, do a flip. Type me in it. He goes out and throws a Webster that more or less looked like it was Photoshopped. He did. He went. He's like this high in the air. That much energy. And it's like, get out of here. It's so stupid. How do you flip so high with no swing? He didn't know like, he just, shut up, man. That's why I don't listen to him when he's like, you gotta do this and that for your trick. Because I'm like, yeah, but what do I have to do? Because you're an alien, and you can do everything. What's somebody like me have to do? Hey! You're landing facing here, you gotta turn hard. You gotta spin harder. Spin harder too. English words. And we'll do some open sets for like 5-10 minutes. That's pretty fast. Yup! Oh! Swing the leg harder. Backward. This leg. This leg. It's gonna help you get to that twist area. Kind of flatten it out a little bit. You brought your leg off the side. And that stops you from finishing that hip rotation at the end. It's kind of like a rubber band. Like the harder you twist this rubber band, the harder it's going to unsnap. But if I go to here, then I'm not really, I don't have that tension that I want to snap my hips at the end. Alright, we're going to open sesh. We're going to throw some random moves. Maybe some 540s. Maybe some hucks. I don't know. Well, like, so, some of those. What's that? You got. As far as you need walk it. Alright. Come right here so everybody knows. Hold on, we're gonna come up front. Stand right here. Right here, because I want them to see you, not me. Nobody wants to see me. Hey! Not too bad. Good job. You got 540s and aerials. Aerials are on and off. I've seen you do those before. We've been practicing butterflies, so your aerial might actually be easy today. Yeah, keep doing it. Hey! In the front sweep. Alright, hit that beat. Swing harder. Like, you're just trying to rush it just a little bit too much. Like, it's right there. It's right there. But if you just take your time and let this happen first, jump and twist together, let your leg come up, you're going to be further over before you start twisting. As long as you keep your leg behind you, you're going to be good. What's it going to do? I don't know. Let's do that combo. I don't know how much room I got on camera. So we're going to start over here. Hopefully I stay in frame. My combos always get messed up because I never know where I am. I have such bad control. Bench. That was supposed to be a combo, but I was going to hit the bench.
And you were all in front of you.
Your upper body gotta keep going. So for the next couple, I just want you to try not to do too much. Keep your head high. So you're gonna go ahead and slide
that
it.
high, Riley.
Cool. What's that?
Oh, so good.
Go way back again. Anyway, you're gonna hit like
You can say high out loud.
you're gonna try to do like just a twist and your leg, but not the dip. So you're essentially gonna do that. Like straight up and down. Or you can feel like you're straight up and down. Okay. Yeah, so see if we can get the rotation of the leg right. tired already. We used to do this for 4 hours, man. I don't know how. Back when we used to all go for it.
Well, that was a lady kind of hard to understand that last one. Okay.
Oh yeah, you gotta jump and all of that. Just try to stay standing up. Yes, now that's the right motion. It's not faster. You just keep doing that until you land. Just go practicing faster. Let's see. We do a 540, see how high I can get. Might go for gyros. If I can hit a gyro, we might go for a snap. I can't jump, man. Let's try a gyro anyway. Catch my breath. Get my Red Bull.
It's definitely been a while.
Yeah, well, we got. I'm watching the clock. Come on, sis. Woman up. Twist. Close. Turn before you twist. Turn you twist right here. Alright, cool. Alright. Let's go. Eat it number 1. 540 gyro. Haven't done this in what? 2.5 years? 3 years? Haven't landed one in 3 years, I should say. I've tried it a couple times, but I always bail. So just commit to it. Gotta put a ring on it. I didn't commit to that at all. Bad jump, bad twist. I can do it. I can do it. That was with no effort to kick at all. I can do it. Alright, try to separate. I was gonna say try to Riley, come on first. But it's more of you going like 1, 2. You're kind of going like 1. So you're hitting here, and then trying to throw everything. You're trying to jump right. Now let yourself turn to here first. You have to go 1, 2. Alright. Let's hit this gyro. Let's hit this gyro. No snaps today because I'm not jumping high enough, but I feel like if I actually throw this, then I can land this. Ah, come on, Jay. Oh, she's not strong enough, man. I'm not jumping. I don't jump high enough. Too fat. Alright, last call. Last call for Trey. She's gonna throw one more, I'm gonna throw one more, and we out. One more. Oh! Jumps hard, not fast. Alright. Throw a hammer hook. See if my boy Reno's watching. Or if he watches later. Ugh, out of breath, but. Whew. Not the cleanest kick, but try. Alright, y'all. I'm probably gonna stay in session for another hour or so, but for you guys, practice safely, don't get killed. Feel free to join me on Wednesdays to trick. Deuces.